Doing a little bit of creek walking. It's hotter than hell, but you know, that's what it's all about. Can't stay indoors with a nice day like this. Got the shoes off in a nice smooth caliche bottomed creek here, and we're seeing what we can find today. Looking for some, in this type of environment, I would say we're not going to be seeing any septarian nodules. Best we can hope for would be some calcite faults, and we'll definitely be able to tell those, and I'll show you how to identify those among. So here we are, just kind of doing some exploratory over the caliche pit. Right here looks like a nice fossilized imprint of an old prehistoric clam or something like that. We've got a lot of imprints over here. It's always cool to see. I'm not a huge fossil guy, but I've kind of become more and more into them, because you definitely do come across them on your search for minerals out here in Texas. There's a lot of mega marine fossils that are embedded in these limestones, like down here for instance. See these circulars? This is probably some prehistoric coral. I found crinoid fossils, definitely some ammonites. Over here it looks like no cast fossils, just impressions, which impressions are cool, but I'm kind of a cast guy, being a mineral guy. A cast is actually where the shell gets replaced with minerals over time. Water will displace the actual shell with minerals, and it will leave a fossilized cast of the whatever imprint it is, the ammonite or what have you. Have a few, whereas what we're seeing here is just going to be imprints, which is, you know, the equivalent of pressing something into Play-Doh and then taking it with you. It's a sign it was there, but there's really, to me, it's not as tangible as a cast, and there's no minerals on it. So, you know, being a gem and mineral guy, that's what I'm all about. But looking over here at the shoals, I can see an old dirty, look at that one. Yep, that is definitely a calcite slip fault. I mean, you can see them just by their completely almost symmetrical, super parallel lines. I mean, almost perfect. If I were to break that up, that's definitely going to be one. And yeah, that's really what you're looking for. You can see everything else has a really rounded off, smooth river rock appearance. And then you look down here and we have straight lines, and this is covered in algae and grime and muck and dirt, so it's obviously been tumbled just as much, if not more, as all the other stones over here on the shoal. But being that it's formed out of calcite instead of clay, it is a little bit harder, and so it does hold its form. And if we were to bust this one open, which I kind of, it's like my guilty pleasure, I love to bust open rocks and see the shinies inside. So if we were to bust open this bad boy right here, yep, there we go. The sparkle was due really from just following the fissure line. The water carries the minerals down through the clay, and certain deposits of calcite will develop, like this one right here. Is definitely a nice chunk of some calcite crystals. Some of it's soft enough to pull out by hand. This one would definitely need a hammer to pull out, so I'm just going to leave it here for the next guy. But you can see right here, oh yeah, it's a real nice chunk of calcite crystal. And you just follow the fissure line, follow it down, and here's some more over here where it's growing out in large chunks. This is a pretty nice one. I like that one. It's got some nice blades on it. Keeper. Alright, well, thanks guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining North Texas Rockhounds out here. Doing our thing, doing a little bit of creek walking, doing some prospecting for minerals and gems, doing, you know,